What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Jam with Jock. I made the most of Black Friday recently by buying a Native Instruments guitar VST, and so far I've been really impressed with it. And so today I thought I would show you guys how I make a disco guitar effect using that guitar VST and also some other effects. So let's go ahead and listen to the final result, and then we'll go ahead and get stuck into it. So starting with just a disco drumlet to start off with. I'm going to drag an instance of Kontakt into a MIDI file, and the guitar instrument that I got was Session Guitarist Electric Mint. They've got quite a few different ones, but so far I'm happy with this choice. We're going to go into the disco presets, and I'll just take a listen to a few. We'll start with this one, and then if we need to, we can change it. Create a MIDI clip. And the cool thing about this is you can have it on melody mode or you can have it on chord mode. So if it was to be on melody mode, it would play the individual notes that I drop in the MIDI. And if it was just on this regular mode, then this one plays the rhythms that are inbuilt the instrument. So for today, I'm just going to be using the regular mode, and we'll start getting a rhythm down. So if we have a look at this section down here, you have Chicken Funk, which is the preset, and then you have A, B, C, and D. So these are different variations of the rhythms. So if I drew the note C1, it would be playing the first one. And if I drew a C sharp, it would be playing the second preset. So what we can do is then we can have this first note playing, so it's going to be playing a C chord. And then if we draw the rhythm down here, and then we can change it to another rhythm when we want. So just for example's sake, I'll just show you guys by doing a C to a D. You hear how the rhythm changed. If we went to C sharp as well. That's a really great way to just have the one chord playing at the top, and then you can change the rhythms at the bottom for a bit of variation. So I like the original C1, and then just at the end of the 4 bars, I want to signal that there's going to be a change happening. So I'll do that by adding in a bit of a variation. All right, I'm happy for that as the bass rhythm, but let's start looking at how we get that wah effect. My personal favorite guitar amp is Guitar Rig. I'll also just show you guys quickly, there's an Ableton wah as well, but for now we'll start with Guitar Rig, and there's a great wah effect, classic 70s wah preset that I like to use, and then we're going to be using this wah here to automate the sound. Alrighty, so that's a good start, but we can definitely add some more effects. I love having a phaser or a flanger on these type of sounds. So one of my personal favorites is the Waves Meta Flanger, but phaser flanger by Ableton. And then also there'd be some good presets in the Guitar Rig as well, would also do the job. And also we can just use an auto filter to help that movement as well. wouldn't take the filter down too far because it's just going to remove a lot of those frequencies that you want to hear. So I'm only going down to about 1.95K. So it's definitely not too much of a filter, but it's still doing a really great job of helping that movement. Now I'm just going to add a transient master to tighten the transients a little bit. We can add even more movement now by panning it from left to right as well. All right, so now it's very important to have an EQ at the end of the chain so we can get all these effects in the one frequency range. Let's take a look at Ableton's wah now, and we'll see which one we like better. Turn guitar rig off. So personally, I prefer the guitar rig, but if I didn't have guitar rig, then this would do the job just fine. What I also like to do sometimes is record it into audio by feeding the audio from number 2, hitting record, and we'll record this. So by having this recorded into audio, we can go in here on our beat section. And if we check this first arrow, we can then tighten the transients. So this is a great thing to do if you don't have that transient master plugin like I have. You want to have this as just a texture behind your whole mix in a disco track, then this is a fantastic thing to do to be able to have control over your transients. Doesn't sound fantastic on its own, but trust me, in the context of a mix, when you have a bass and all these other instruments playing along, then this kind of texture is really going to make your disco track. So we can hear how it would sound in context of a mix. I'll just quickly throw a bass on from the same pack that I got these drums from. There you have it, guys. There was a super simple guitar effect technique that you can start implementing in your disco tracks right away. I would highly suggest investing in some sort of guitar instrument because the versatility that they bring to any style of music that you make is invaluable. Hopefully, if you don't have guitar rig, you can still implement these same techniques. You saw the wah effect that we used, it still did the job. And then you can also use the auto filter, the phaser flanger, and all that panning was all done with stock instruments. I really hope you guys learned something in this video. And if you did, I'd really appreciate if you could hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions about the video or any comments about future videos, then please drop them down in the comments below and I'd be happy to get back to you. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you wanted to go ahead and keep watching my stuff, then I'll put my latest upload right up there. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.